So every insurance agent's like, I promise I'm different.
I was at networking events probably 3 times a week, but we definitely wanted to grow more. Spray and pray method. The world changed, right? The way we did business changed.
We have become influencers in our market.
People started recommending him. And that's when you know that you're really starting to grow through referrals and word of mouth. My name is Elle Denning. I'm a founder along with David of our company Jumpstart Go, where we focus on helping insurance agents specifically with their marketing, automations, and sales. And today we are diving into referrals. And this is a special Valentine's Day edition for everybody. It's actually inspired by a meme that we're going to touch base on in a little bit here during this presentation, but basically how to stop begging for referrals, how to stop chasing referral partners, how to get those loan officers, CPAs, accountants, attorneys reaching out to you to do business with you because you provide so much value to the market and in the marketplace.
So a little intro on us, and this needs to be updated because I think it's actually 30,000 agents in the group now.
I put 30,000 agents.
You put 30,000, but the screenshot is an old screenshot.
Yes, it is an old screenshot. You're right.
But guys, who are we in the first place? So I'm David here with Elle. We're founders of Jumpstart Go that runs the Marketing for Insurance Agents Facebook group. All of you that put question marks earlier or were unsure, just literally go to Facebook and type in Marketing for Insurance Agents. It'll pop up with this group of 30,000 insurance agents. We do weekly trainings, Facebook Lives, answer questions, community, all talking, finding referral partners, all that good stuff. So make sure you come hop into that group. We built that group as a free resource for you guys. We love watching agents and agency owners grow and scale and doing everything we can help them to do that successfully, double production, triple production, grow their teams. And so we have this free group and community. For those of you who don't know, we also help agents within our programs as well, which I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit too. But this group has been around for years and years and years, and we absolutely love the community here. You guys will too if you guys haven't already hopped in. So
love it, love it. Marketing for insurance agents. Make sure you type that in the search bar in Facebook. All right, a little bit about us. We're actually going to dive into our history quite a bit today because we want to share our own journey with building our business through referrals, but a little bit about us. So this was in 2021 where David and I did our first million from Facebook, just through Facebook and social media. We specialize in digital marketing strategies for insurance agents. That is our primary focus. We're also licensed insurance agents. We have an agency. We've helped over 300 insurance agents build their businesses through marketing strategies, sales strategies, and automations inside of our programs. The Closers Click, Legends, and our newest program, Producers Academy, that focuses very much on sales strategies with Trista Giancotti. We regularly consult for 7- and 8-figure insurance agencies and brokerages, and across all lines of insurance, PNC, health, Medicare, as well as life. So that is a little bit of background about us. We absolutely love talking about marketing. We especially love helping insurance agents with their marketing. It's something that we're super passionate about. We love helping this market. We feel super passionate about the mission of making sure that people are properly protected. That's something that we feel very aligned with because of our own personal history as well. If we ever get to meet you in person or get to have a fireside chat with you or something like that, we would love to share more about that. But it's something that we feel very deeply aligned with in our own personal mission and vision. And our big mission is to help 10,000 insurance agents make $10,000 every single month inside of their insurance businesses for an annual economic impact of $1.2 billion. So we are on a mission to create $1.2 billion in economic impact every single year by helping insurance agents build 6-figure, 7-figure, even 8-figure businesses.
And for those that know us, have been around with us as well, you know that we're deeply personal and caring. Every insurance agent that we work with, we really do want to see succeed. And I do feel like a lot in this industry feel like left out to dry, feel like you're contracted, good luck, feel like maybe you're, maybe even have some good sales training or something, but left out on how do I build my pipeline? How do I build people coming to me? How do I build the growth of my business? And that's really where we come in with what we're working with insurance agency on. How do I grow and scale? How do I treat this like a business? How do I do this? And how do I have help to do that as well? So that's where we come from. And that's what we love seeing and doing. It's such an amazing industry, and we want everybody to be successful in this, certainly much more than that are successful in this industry. So, Elle, what is this hilarious meme? That's so true.
I don't know if you want to talk about this because you were the one that actually found
Yeah.
this.
So yeah, I'm gonna bring this up, and I got to get a shout out. Who originally posted this, Elle?
I think it was Nick Acosta
Nick
in
Acosta. That makes sense. So
the insurance syndicate, Joe Campert's Facebook group.
Yeah, Joe Camper, absolutely amazing. We'll actually talk about him a little bit later too. But as a part of that, I feel like if anybody, especially coming from a P&C side, maybe, but really any area, will find this really funny, right? Like, anybody who comes from especially the P&C side knows they love loan officers, MLOs as referral partners. They're amazing referral partners for P&C side, for example. But every agent under the sun is trying to get them as a referral partner, especially the mortgage loan officers that do a bunch of loans every month, right? And although right now, maybe not as much loans going on, but still, they're great referral partners. And so every insurance agent's like, I promise I'm different. I take good care of my clients. I'm a really good agent, just like every other agent that comes their way. So obviously pretty funny meme, but that can really apply to really any insurance agent with any referral partners in this industry. Let's come in like, hey, be my referral partner. I will help your customers and protect them with policies. Is that really going to set up the relationship? Is that going to really be something that works? I think every insurance agent can probably tell you they're going after the popular MLOs. That's not the way that accomplishes it. So
if you felt like you've really had to chase referrals or chase the relationships, or maybe you've done the things of like handing out business cards and gone to the in-person networking events. And we're actually going to talk about that because that is really how David and we started in 2016 doing local in-person networking, and actually pulled pictures from a lot of the local networking I did. I was president of my local master networks. I did the BNI. I did all of the women's networking groups, pretty much every single in-person event that I could find in my local city or even within an hour driving radius of where we lived. I put it on my calendar. I was at networking events probably 3 times a week at least. And I ran a networking group, and we really capped our business, grew to about 65,000 in a year. For our first couple years in business, I was, we're proud of that for sure, but we definitely wanted to grow more. And one of the big issues that we were bottlenecked on was the time, like the time to drive, the time to have coffee with people. So I don't know if you've ever been in like a BNI or a master networks or some sort of group where it's really referral based, but you spend a lot of time setting up one-on-ones with people. And at least for us, we didn't have a very clear strategy for connecting with people and really generating those referrals. So I had lots of unqualified meetings, like in the BNIs, for example, and master networks, you have basically like a quota of referrals that you have to hand out to people. So sometimes I would go to these meetings and I would think somebody would want to talk about our marketing services, and they wanted to pitch me on Legal Shield or whatever, solar, or whatever.
Mary Kay, baby.
Mary Kay, like whatever, whatever the business was. But we really had no idea why we were sitting down or how we could do business together. There just wasn't a clear path for having conversation. And so there just really was no strategy. And it was this like spray and pray method. That's it, and for us, we generated 65,000, for our first couple years in business. It wasn't like we weren't doing business from this strategy, but there were just some bottlenecks, and there were some bottlenecks for a while. And really in 2021 was a massive year of growth for us. So 2020, everybody knows that the world completely changed. We were forced to no longer do in-person networking events, and it actually was one of the best things that ever happened to us because it forced us to essentially move all of our networking into a virtual space. And so we had to forget in person, and we went all in on really connecting with people virtually. And I'm going to talk about some key lessons that we learned as well. But we unlocked our first $1 million year. So think about, like, we were doing, 65, like we were kind of approaching 6 figures, but we almost 10x'd our business. And there was, like growth in there, but really like 10x'd our business by using these strategies that we're going to talk about today. Like, this unlocked massive potential and massive growth for us inside of our business. And because a big piece of this was how much time we were able to get back and how much more leveraged we were able to be moving our networking into a virtual space and into social media. David, anything you want to add to sort of this backstory before we start moving into the lessons learned?
No, other than like, I think in the previous slide, that pray and pray, that trying to go around locally, meet whoever you can, try to, hand out business cards, put up flyers, like try to go to events and stuff is, I think, a lot of new agents, right? When they first start, or even like new agencies and like, and stuff. It's like, let me try everything out and hope something works. Let me try stuff and maybe something works for a second. Maybe it doesn't work at all. And like, I just want a consistent pipeline that I can grow and scale as I grow and scale my business. And, especially of warm leads that want to work with me. And that's ultimately what people want, but they really struggle to find that and figure that out. So, fast forward, we knew how powerful social media was. We knew how you could use that for the business. And honestly, that 2020 and the pandemic allowed us to really focus on putting that in place. We've always obviously had been building this group, this audience, marketing for insurance agents, but really allowed us to scale significantly through social media and partners as well. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is how to take advantage of that, how to leverage that, how to use that for growing your business, which is much more fun than, I like meeting people I like in person, but I'm going to say this is way more effective and way less driving around, way less gas money.
I love it. So what really changed in that 2020 time period? Obviously, like the world changed, right? The way we did business changed. But David, I've outlined here some key areas that we really, like, in retrospect, realized what those areas really were for us that created an ecosystem for us to do business that helped us 10x our efforts that actually resulted in 10x our revenue.
Yeah, I mean, it allowed us, we got hyper focused on our target market. That really gets into the trying to be the jack of all trades, the everyone to everything, that I can help anybody under the sun, actually means you help no one. Actually means nothing is special about you. Actually means you don't have any particular specialty knowledge of any target market. It means I don't know if I'm a fit to work with you or not. Why wouldn't I go with someone who specializes with my market? So same thing with us. That allowed us to really become focused on our target market. Who do we help? Who do we serve? Why are we good at that particular market? Why is that who we attract to come work with us as a part of it? And something agents absolutely need to employ is, who is the target market, and not I can write life insurance for everybody. I can write P&C for everyone, because that doesn't make you special or stand out at all. In fact, that's the hardest way to market versus having a target market. So that allowed us to really focus on the target market and attract them to us, bring them in to work with us. And, it's way more effective that way. Also found influencers who had authority with that market. When you're starting off and when you're building stuff or growing your business or just getting started in industry, you're not an influencer, you're new. And so finding those that have influence, that have trust, that you're able to borrow from that trust, that are able to say, yes, this person is good, this person is legitimate, this person really can help you, this person is an amazing agent with helping people with Medicare. I would love to connect you with them because they are fantastic. And because you do trust me, you're now going to relay some of that trust over to my referral to you. Influencers, that already have authority, we use influencers because that means a lot of different things. Your city government officials have influence. They are an influencer in your local communities, for example. Like, getting with them, like, hey, if you're new to a community or not really established in there, having someone that is well established and known as a center of influence and spreading your, to work with you around, that's huge. So that's also what we did, is started connecting with influence in the industry. It's also a quick way to learn from industry and pain points and problems and get insights that you wouldn't get yourself or take a long time to get. We also allowed us to create an irresistible offer, so influencers would want to collaborate with us and people would want to collaborate with them. And that's the thing. The more you get to know the market, the target market, how to help them, pain points, all that sort of stuff, the more you can put together something that specifically helps with those challenges and those issues that they need help with. And that also attract those influencers that we're talking about, because they know this audience and they know they need help and they want someone that they can connect with and send people to help their audience with these. So let's take a mortgage loan officer, like, just keeping things simple. Like, they have an audience of home buyers, of people that are coming through, and they know they need home insurance to even get a loan in the first place. And they know they want someone that's going to be able to truly help them, explain it, give them the correct coverage, and do it quick and fast so they can move through this loan process. And so for them, they know what their audience needs. And so they need to find someone that is able to offer that. That's what kind of means irresistible offer. Why are you a good fit for being someone to recommend? And now, because we've done this throughout the years, we have a track history, we have a reputation, we have success stories, we have the testimonials, we have the people have had this amazing growth and stuff like that. We have become influencers in our market, and people reach out to us. And that's the thing, is you build this up over time. It's almost like you're putting in more work maybe up front, but then over time it's less work with still stuff coming through, and it's also scalable as well. So it's incredibly powerful and a huge thing, and it's relationships, and this industry is relationships, and this is really, how do I build and leverage these relationships that's mutually beneficial as well? And I think that's one thing people miss too, is the mutual part. But I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Yes, absolutely. And one thing I want to point out here from these photos. So these photos are all from 2022. So world opened back up. And now we're able to do the social media and digital marketing, but still layer in those leveraged in-person engagements. But when we get in front of a room of people, you can also tell that the rooms are getting bigger too, right? But when we get in front of a room of people, they're all people that we would do business with. Instead of that pray and pray, oh, I'm just gonna put it out there to everybody and see, maybe somebody is going to send me a referral, or maybe somebody's mom needs insurance and they might think of me, or might find my business card in the bottom of their drawer. We have used social media and this networking virtually online in a very strategic and leveraged way, so that when we're speaking in front of audiences, that's the audience that is going to potentially do business with us. So you want to be thinking about that. So it all comes down to this getting hyper focused on your target market, knowing who it is that is your most ideal client that's going to do business with you in the first place. And then understanding who are those influencers, like David, those centers of influence that also do business with that audience. And then thinking about that is irresistible offer of how you can create value. Really, how can you bring value to that referral partner? Really, how can you create something that is irresistible, something that they can't say no to, it would make it a no-brainer for them to do business with you. Here are some telltale signs that you need a referral marketing strategy in your agency to grow. Is your lead cost going up and up with the same or diminishing returns? So if you're buying more and more leads, but not making more sales, or investing more and more into a paid marketing strategy, whatever that looks like for you, of how you're generating leads, generating conversations, you keep investing more money in that, and you're getting a diminishing return on your investment, then it's time to start growing through referrals and word of mouth. Are you spending more of your time dialing, or more time building relationships, maybe doing these in-person networking events that we were talking about that we did back in 2016, but again, getting those diminishing returns, not making more sales? Are you doing more and more activity, but still not seeing a result in your revenue growth and your sales growing? Are you feeling stuck playing the lead game? So do you feel on the hamster wheel of constantly having to buy leads? If you feel like at the end of the day, when you look at your net profit inside of your agency, that essentially all of the commissions that you're making is going back into leads, and that hasn't changed for you in a while, you're not actually profitable inside of your agency, and again, it's time to start looking at growth through referrals and how you can start leveraging word of mouth marketing and through social media, how you can really start building your network through social media so that you can turn one sale into 3 sales or more, because this is something that builds like a snowball. The more that you do this and the more that you put intention behind building your referral marketing strategy, it's going to pick up momentum just like a snowball rolling down the mountain. David,
while I love the snowball analogy, I actually think this image here is probably even better, of almost a web of influence analogy. Because as you build referral partners, you're now tapping into their web and their audience and their trust. And the more you're doing this, and the more referrals you're helping, and now tapping into the referrals from that, the larger and larger this web is, meaning the more and more referrals you're catching and helping, and the web is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So think of it almost that way of, as you're building this, it's exponential, and think about it this way, like each person you're helping, if you're doing a great job with that and doing it and really truly help them, they're telling someone else about that and referring someone else to you. And then that person is now referring people to you too as well. Not to mention the centers of influence, the referral partners that are consistently sending you people every single week and month as well. We're not talking about a referral partner that once a year sends you someone. We're talking someone who's consistently sending you referrals every single month you're doing business with.
How to create a compelling offer, promote that to strategic referral partners and centers of influence, and make it easy for them to refer business to you. This is something that agents, any business owner, really, I think this is the step that's missed so often. Of we make the connection, we put so much work into seeking out great referral partners and doing the one-on-ones, but we really don't ask for that referral relationship to really be set up in a way of like asking for those referrals and really making it easy for people to send referrals over to you. So I think that's a huge opportunity for so many business owners. And then how to leverage social media to stay top of mind and to monitor and track those results, because at the end of the day, your referral marketing is a lead generation source for you. It's another lead source that is fueling the pipeline. And the best agencies, the big agencies, the agencies that are 3 generations old, most of their growth and their sustained business comes from referrals and word of mouth marketing. If you talk to these generational agencies, the ones that have been passed down, from parents to their kids for multiple generations, they are sustaining their pipelines through word of mouth and referral business. Anything you want to say about that, David?
No, I mean, I don't think I have to say anything more, right? Like we know this, and I don't think this is a new concept for really anybody, but effectively doing this and putting actual strategies and processes into this versus, hey, let me hand people my business card and hope someone becomes a referral partner. That's what we're talking about, is how do you strategically go about this? That's everything we talk about, guys. Whenever we talk about anything, social media, once again, not just saying like, oh, how do I go do a post on social media and get business? No, what are the strategies I'm doing that get me business consistently from social media, that get me prospects? Same thing here. How do I build referral marketing successfully? And that's what we're diving into.
All right. So we're going to talk about a few different case studies here of clients that we've worked with and what this looked like for them and how they've used referral marketing to massively grow their business through social media, through word of mouth, through making these referral relationships and making them the strategic referral partnerships. So really establishing a business relationship for referral so that that's a stream of leads, warm referrals that you can count on coming into your agency month over month. And David, I would love for you to talk specifically about Nancy. I know you just interviewed Nancy in the Marketing for Insurance Agents Facebook group just a few weeks ago, talking about her massive agency growth that she's experienced just in 2 years and her growing her agency by over 300% within those 2 years.
Yep. So Nancy is a grandparent that came to us a couple years ago, had maybe about a year or so into her independent P&C agency. Originally had come from building and selling a farmer's agency, and really came looking for a way to scale and grow that indie agency, especially coming from more a captive side where there were a lot of processes, a lot of things all done for you. You follow what they're telling you to do, stuff like that, to an independent side where it's, hey, I'm on my own. I'm doing this myself. I'm looking to figure out how to grow and run this whole thing and everything. And that's where we originally connected. And Nancy is, no, I don't work leads. I don't buy leads. I don't do any of that. I want to grow organically and through relationships. And that was what Nancy very much had the past in and wanted to scale and grow, especially through social media, especially through growing those relationships. And so through that and using referral relationships and center of influence, she was able to grow, I think it was 330% over the last couple of years. So literally $3+ million book of business now, is still consistently growing and breaking records with that agency, is now looking to hire, I think she said like 12 or 14 producers for this agency now. And, that was through the centers of influence in those relationships. And, this is something that anybody can apply and put in place. And, honestly, it's my favorite way too, right? Because I like relationships. If you don't like relationships with people, then this might not be the industry for you. It is a relationship. And that's really what we're doing for our insureds, for our partners, for our agents. It is relationship. And that's what Nancy knew and loved. She's like, I want to build through relationships. And that's most important to me. I'm willing to focus more on that and put time and effort into that rather than leads, which I see as short term, but I want to build really, really long term. This is going to be passed down to her daughter for the agency. Everything is very important. She had a very strong reputation and growth of the agency through relationships. And that's what was put in place for her, with huge growth, and even more so, even adding on additional lines of insurance now, all kinds of fun stuff. But yeah, it's been a pleasure watching her grow over the last couple of years.
Absolutely. And Nancy has kind of multiple things going where she's really put a lot of intention. She really developed a strong relationship with a loan officer, and also worked with the loan officer as far as building a process in place for sending those referrals over to her. So that has been one huge thing for her. And then the other thing has been asking her happy client for referrals and building that into her process as well. So for every one sale that she makes, she asks for 3 referrals, and she's very specific about the types of referrals that she's looking for. I know she has been working with Trista Giancotti, who's our sales trainer on our team, on specifically developing that framework for asking for referrals, so that she is growing through referrals by asking on the phone, as well as asking through text message and email, and even going so far as asking when somebody says, yes, I have somebody that I can think of that might need a quote, might need some help. Great. Can you connect me with that person through text message? Here's what you can say. And so you're making it very, very easy. So even thinking about putting together easy scripts, like here's a quick little text message, like, Nancy helped me so much, save some money on my home insurance. I thought of you, that she might be able to help you. And that you're actually asking that referral to make a connection for you, either through text message or email, so that they're doing a warm handoff. So that is so key, either if that's a prospect or a referral partner. And you taking the initiative and you actually kind of crafting some of that language for them and almost telling them what to say, it alleviates the creative burden for them. Most people, if they're happy with the service and you've done a good job for them, they're going to be more than willing and more than happy to recommend and refer you. The hardest part is thinking about who they want to refer you to and then how to make the referral happen. So if you can alleviate that for them and say, here's what you can say, and just make it real easy. That's what we mean about creating a process so that it's easy for people to refer you. So anything you want to think about or say about that, David, before we move on to the next case study?
No, other than I wanted to answer, I know Dave was asking a question and that kind of relates with this, is talking about that irresistible offer. And what do you do to make people want to talk with and for these referral partner relationships and everything? That's part of that is almost, view that for your own lens, for you to work with someone and do something with someone, what would you want? What would make that ideal for you versus someone just pitching you on something, right? So taking that same concept, in order for someone to work with you, they need to know you even exist in the first place, right? As so many people are secret agents, so many people that literally all these sort of influences in the industry or the referral partners have no idea they even exist. Two is agents make so much about themselves and not about the value they're bringing to a referral partner relationship. If this is about you and how you can help their clients or customers or take care of them and how you can get them protected and all that sort of stuff, that's not value that you're bringing to them. That's not going to convince them to work with you. That's not the irresistible offer. The irresistible offer is, how am I specifically going to bring value to them? How am I going to make this about them and not me? In fact, that actually leads into the most conversations that then truly set up these strategic referral partner relationships, is how am I bringing value to you? How am I helping you potentially grow your business or your customers, retain them longer, these sort of things, rather than, send me your customers to write their insurance. That's a huge area that's a part of this irresistible offer, is bringing that value to them. And there's a lot of ways to do that. I'm sure we'll talk about that some more as well, but you want to bring value to these referral partners and actually truly set up a referral partner relationship. Once again, too many people hand out a card, mention, hey, let's send people each business, let's do business with each other, and then nothing ever happens because they didn't really set up a relationship. They just want to do the minimal amount of, here's my info, and hope business came their way. And so setting up a very, very profitable, very mutually beneficial relationship comes into having a very serious referral relationship set up and making it very strategic, expectations, everything that goes along with that, which we can walk through a little bit as well. But I think so many people view this as like, hey, let me meet a bunch of people. But in reality, when you have these centers of influence, you have these strategic referral partners, you're only going to have a handful that you're able to deeply develop and build this up before you're able to go from there, because you can't do this with an infinite amount at once. You have to build and scale this over time so you can have successful relationships and not where nothing comes out of this for either party.
Totally. That's so good, David. So good.
And Dave, that was an excellent comment on the way I describe my value add would appeal to me, doesn't seem to resonate with others. And this, I see that all day long with insurance agents, is they very much know what they see as their value add and how they describe their value, but that's not how a referral partner would see value or what they see as wanting to do and work business with. And that's your messaging. That is thinking about it through your lens rather than your referral partners. And this is where you have to change up our messaging, our pitch, our value as a part of that from how we perceive that, because how we see that is going to be very different than how that referral partner sees that. So that's one of the biggest things in sales and really anything, is being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Just like we put ourselves in a prospect's shoes in sales, and referral partners, we have to put ourselves in our referral partner's shoes. And when you're able to successfully do that and do that really well and see, oh man, this is what they would truly find valuable. This is what they truly want to work with. This is truly who they want to send people to and to really help me scale my business. You're able to do that, then your messaging hits like fire and they are wanting to do and send a bunch of business to you. So
I love Will's comment. I have straight up asked, How can I help you? And that's, if people are asking how, That's how you ask, what areas in your business are you needing support? If they've had an insurance agent as a referral partner in the past, ask them what didn't go great about that relationship? Why didn't that work out? How can this be different? So simply asking and having that conversation, you almost want to think about this as like a two-way type of an interview of you vetting somebody to see, do you guys vibe together? Is it someone you really want to be doing business with? And then if it is, ask them like, how can I bring value to you? Trista, who trains in our programs, and she grew her agency to 3 million before she sold it. And she built it all through what we're talking about, centers of influence. And she was able to have these conversations with people and ask, like, what area, how can I support you? What areas in your business do you need help with? And a real estate agent who was one of her number one referral partners needed help with social media. And so Trista helped her build her social media presence. She had the logins to her Facebook business page, posted regularly for her, provided a lot of value for her in an area that she was saying, I don't really know much about social media. And Trista was like, I can help you. I can help support you in that. Trista provided so much value to that real estate agent that she was one of her number one referral sources. And almost virtually every single lead that came through that referral relationship, which was about 30 leads every single month, closed. That was 30 warm leads that were developed because she asked the question, what areas of support do you need in your business? 30 additional deals every single month that came into her insurance agency. So just as you're thinking about having a discovery call with a potential client, doing a needs analysis, kind of want to do the same thing with your referral partners too. Where do they need help? Discover that and see how you might be able to help them. It could be something not even related to their business, or it could be that they don't want to go to a networking event by themselves, or they want, maybe their kids buying or selling Girl Scout cookies right now and they need help, with that. They're like, I need help promoting this and getting the word out about my kids' Girl Scout cookies. It could be something like that too.
I mean, one of the ways I saw a really successful relationship start, and just as an example of not even being related, someone went to a referral partner. They're like, oh, we're actually putting on a charity event upcoming this weekend. And the person was like, oh, well, you need help with that? I can come help set up chairs and get stuff set up for this charity event and help out there. And they're like, oh man, that would be huge. You absolutely need help with that. They came and helped with that. The person was like, yeah, let's sit down and talk. I would love to hear more about your insurance business and what you guys do. And that came from literally just going and helping set up chairs. It doesn't even have to be like directly insurance related. So
awesome. Well, David, let's talk about this case study here, because I know we still have quite a bit to cover. So I did want to mention Joe and David Camper, because Joe has grown like wildfire through social media, specifically using Facebook groups, providing value in Facebook groups, networking through Facebook groups, starting his own Facebook group, the Insurance Syndicate. If you're not part of that group, I would highly, highly recommend joining it. Joe is a master connector of people. He's really, one of his things that he's great at is seeing how people might be able to do business together. He's great at, if somebody does have a problem inside of their business, and he might not be able to solve it, but he probably knows who does, and is really great at making introductions. And they grew their agency. They went from, in a very, very short period of time, from 6-figure months. From doing about 100,000 in annual premium a month to over $1 million a month in AP. And they inside of their agency, they still work leads, still purchase leads. They really attribute their massive growth to using social media, becoming known on social media, going into Facebook groups and networking, providing value in Facebook groups of their ideal client, that ideal target market audience, and providing providing value there. And then as he did that inside of Facebook groups that aligned with his target market, people started recommending him. And that's when you know that you're really starting to grow through referrals and word of mouth, is when people are tagging you and people are recommending you, and you're really becoming known in with your target audience and your target market, both through your prospects as well as referral partners. David, anything you want to add there to this particular
I think
case
we
study?
covered a good bit. Yeah.
Love it. All right. And these are multiple case studies of multiple clients that have essentially built brands using social media, developed their strategic partnerships with referral relationships, their centers of influence, and really delivered tons of value to not only their referral partners, but also becoming known with their ideal client and their target market. So keys to referral marketing. 1, know your ideal client. So that is that it really all starts with knowing who is an ideal customer for you, who is an ideal client for you, who is that person that you can help the most. We've done specific trainings specifically on this and really knowing who that target audience is, that target market to really hit, because that is really, really key. If you don't know who you're serving and that product market fit, then your referral partners are really you're not going to be able to find those strategic referral partners, because strategic referral partners all come down to finding that same audience that they also serve. Create a wheel of influence. So this is something that Trista teaches on. She is a master at this. She has an exercise that she walks clients through on how to create their centers of influence and really start thinking about their wheels of influence. And as you build these referral relationships, they really should all stem from that ideal client. So thinking about that ideal client, that demographic that you serve, and really the different types of people that also interact with that ideal client. So seniors, for example, if you work primarily with the senior market, well, then you're probably looking at senior centers or community centers. What are the hobbies that seniors like to do in your area? Is it a gardening club, for example? Is it churches? Are there churches in your area that maybe run Bible studies or have classes specifically for seniors? And then why do influencers, your centers of influence, want to send you referrals? Pickleball, I love it. Pickleball, that's a great one. David and I like pickleball too.
I love pickleball.
And so this is really your irresistible offer. So how do you provide value? Maybe it's a piece of education that you can bring, some piece of value to their audience, their demographic that you can really lead with that referral relationship. And then you also want to make sure that you implement this. So you want to implement a system for gathering those referrals, tracking those referrals. So you really want to be able to track your referrals by your influencer, by that relationship, and also optimize it as well. So if you're developing this relationship, if you're sending referrals to them, they're not really sending referrals back. Is it more of a one-way street? You really want to make sure that you are investing your time, your energy, your resources into those relationships that are going to give you a return on your investment and on your time. David, anything you want to add to these keys to referral marketing?
No, once again, I mean, just keeping the solid base too, that it's about relationships, and one-sided relationships aren't really relationships. And so relationships where both sides are benefiting, that's not a 50-50, it's 100-100, which doesn't make mathematical sense, but just go with me. That's what we're shooting for here. And once again, it's like relationships and sort of like dating or whatever stuff, like certain people are going to be certain fits and stuff too. Like, certain people might be a great referral partner for you and amazing, and might not be for someone else, and vice versa and stuff. So not everyone's going to be an amazing referral partner. Not everyone's going to be someone that clicks or that you would want to even send clients to or to help grow and stuff like that. So it is about finding the right ones too, and not just, once again, a spray and pray and hope someone is a good referral partner for me.
Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So we are going to talk about the exciting announcement that we have. And this is our Valentine's Day special that we have going on over the next couple weeks here. So we're going to talk about the referral marketing blueprint that we are making available to our existing Closers Click clients, as well as anybody that decides to join the Closers Click, work with us to implement these strategies. So we're pretty excited about what we've designed here. This has been in conjunction with our trainers and our coaches so that we can deliver massive value for people that are really wanting to grow this area of their business. So inside of the referral marketing blueprint, we've got the ideal client deep dive training. So where we'll work with you to help you identify who is that ideal client. So you heard us say multiple times throughout this training, having that target market, that audience that is your ideal client is step number one. If you do not have that right, the rest of your marketing is not going to work. So we'll really work with you on making sure that you've got your ideal client, that that's really clear, and you know how to talk to them. You know what their pain points are. You know how your products help solve a problem for them. The Wheel of Influence workshop with Trista. So as I mentioned, Trista built her agency up to 3 million using centers of influence. So she's going to be going through workshopping the Wheel of Influence and how to really think through what are great centers of influence for you. This is time that you're going to be investing in developing these relationships. So you want to make sure that you are taking the right steps to develop those relationships with the right people. And then how to connect with influencers. So how to find them on social media, use them in a more leveraged way. Like we talked about, David and I made the shift of networking virtually, and that really unlocked that next quantum leap for us inside of our business. So how do you find these influencers? How do you find them on social media? And then what in the world do you say to them so that they'll want to work with you, so that they'll want to pursue the relationship? And then Trista's going to be doing an exclusive referral selling framework. So she's going to be, for anybody that enrolls in the Closers Click, she's going to be doing a very special exclusive workshop for them on how to close on the very first call, and using this framework, how she was able to increase her business by 53% using so 53% revenue. So like, what would that do for your business? And then bring her retention persistency rate up to 93%, which is a great retention persistency rate. And then how to triple her sales through referrals, all through this framework. She's going to be walking through how to do this. And then Allie on our team is going to be walking through the can't say no influencer strategy. So as we've been talking about this, we've been talking about influencers, we've been talking about these centers of influence, and she's going to be walking you through how to develop your own irresistible offer so that influencers, they can't say no. They're going to come, you're going to develop an offer of your specific value proposition, of what makes you unique and the value that you can deliver. Again, how to find them through social media. So like who's a good influencer for you on social media, and how to approach them so that they would want to collaborate with you and put you in front of their audience to get those warm referrals coming in. And then how to provide value and ultimately seal the deal with these referral relationships. Our key areas of support inside of the Closers Click that we work with agents on is marketing and social media, automations and CRM setup, of course, referral partners and the centers of influence. What we've been talking about is going to be our whole focus over the next month of these workshops that we're going to be doing. Business owner mindset, optimizing with leads that you already have, how to get more sales out of leads that are already in the pipeline, and then of course, cross-selling and referrals as well. David, anything you want to add here?
No, I mean, we really comprehensively cover what you need to do to grow and scale your business. And that's why we're so successful at helping agents and agencies double, triple production, grow and scale their income. We love it. And this is a key part of it.
Yep. You'll also get access to the on-demand training curriculum and training portal. So you'll be able to have access to all of these trainings, self-paced through them. So we really have designed this in a way to walk you through step by step so that you can uncover like your ideal client avatar, your niche, your marketing message, and really how to market yourself, brand yourself on social media. Again, so that that prospects and referral partners are attracted to you. We also include one-on-one coaching as part of the program as well. So we do deep dive calls with our clients on goal setting, metrics tracking, sales process review, getting your social media set up. So if you're brand new to social media, I've never done it before, and you're like, I'm not sure if this is for me. I'm not sure if I have no idea where to get started on social media. I've never used it for my business before. We will walk you through that and make sure that you've got everything set up. All your profiles are optimized, as well as on content that you're putting out as well. So really how to make sure you've got all of those foundations in place to win big with social media. Automation and CRM support. Having an automation system, so automated emails, text messages, is a huge part to marketing and really nurturing those leads. So we include this inside of the program as well, making sure you've got an automation system, doing an automation review, making sure you've got campaigns set up that drip on leads, making sure that you're following up with them, those referrals and cross-selling. All of those things are things that we can help you get set up inside of your automation if you do not have something like that set up as well. So summary of what's included specifically for our Valentine's Day special: get the curriculum, where we step-by-step on-demand curriculum walk you through what we call the perfect pipeline system on marketing, automation, and sales. We include 2 group coaching calls per week. We also do a 4-week foundations class specifically on mindset with David Price. And it's also 1 month free automation software. We have a weekly automation support call, and then of course exclusive access to this community. It's not just the training and the coaching, but it's also all of the other members that are part of this community that are they're setting up referral partnerships. Some people are building these centers of influence with each other inside of the community, sending business back and forth, supporting one another, masterminding with each other, sharing what's working inside of their businesses right now. So the community is second to none, in my opinion, as far as value, what's shared. And so it's a really, really cool group that we have. And then of course our limited time Valentine's Day special limited time bonuses are the referral marketing blueprint that you're going to get, Trista's referral selling framework, and Allie's can't say no influencer strategy. So if this is something that you are interested in, these are some more client wins of clients that have graduated from the program or currently in the program that have grown their business, a lot of them doubling their production in 3 to 4 months inside of the program. If you're interested in learning more about this, think maybe this is a fit for me. Maybe I want to start growing more through referrals. Maybe I'm done with the lead game and I really want to learn how I can turn 1 sale into 3 sales, how I can start leveraging social media, centers of influence, and really building up my referral marketing strategy. If you scan this QR code, it's going to take you to a page where you'll be able to enter in your information. It's going to come to our team, and our team will get that info and then reach out to you